All right, what's going on, guys? So today we're checking out the new Sony ULT headphones, and these are the successor to Sony's XB or Extra Bass lineup. And at 200 bucks, I want to see how these stack up to the Sony WH-1000XM5. All right, so what you were listening to was the microphones of the new Sony ULT, and now as you can see, we've switched over to the Sony XM5, which happen to be my favorite headphones when it comes to overall microphone performance. So you guys let me know down in the comment section which one you think sounds the best.
All right, so clearly the XM5 have the superior microphone performance. The Altware aren't bad, you could still clearly hear what I was saying, but when it comes to eliminating background noise and isolating the voice, the XM5 are in a different class. You could hear a lot less of the traffic noise that was taking place behind me. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a look at their physical differences. The first thing you notice is how different they feel in the hand. With the Altware, you have kind of a generic hard plastic finish compared to a very smooth, soft matte finish on the XM5. If someone told you to close your eyes and then touch both headphones, let's just say it would be pretty obvious which one costs less. Even something as simple as adjusting the headband feels more premium on the XM5. The ear cups on the Altware swivel and collapse, unlike the XM5, which only swivel, and because of that, the carrying case is a tad smaller compared to the case of the XM5. As far as controls, the layout of the Altware is very similar to the XM5. On the left side, you have your power button as well as your ambient sound control, and then you have the Alt button, which is used to increase the bass. We'll definitely talk more about the different bass modes later in the video, but I will say that these have the most bass of any Sony Bluetooth headphones I've ever tested. Now, when it comes to fit and comfort, it could be that the Altware headphones are newer and I just need more time to break them in, but it does feel like they have tighter clamp force. Not to the point that they're uncomfortable, but compared to the XM5, the XM5 just kind of feel like they're resting on top of my head, which makes them an excellent choice for traveling or just anyone that wears their headphones for longer periods of time. On top of that, I prefer the way that the XM5 look when I have them on. They're a bit more understated, whereas the Altware are larger and stick out a little bit more from the head. Now, as far as media controls, just like the XM5, the Altware have a touch capacitive surface on the right ear cup, which allows you to swipe up, swipe down, forward, backward in order to do things like adjust your volume or change songs. There's also a quick attention mode, which allows you to place your hand over the right ear cup, and if you're listening to music or watching a video, the headphones will lower the volume and activate transparency mode. And then there's still auto play and pause, so if you want, you can just remove the headphones and whatever you're listening to will automatically pause. Now, one feature the XM5 have that the Altware don't is speak to chat. And that's a feature where the XM5 will lower the volume and activate transparency mode anytime you start speaking. Now, as far as overall specs, they're actually very similar between the two. You're not really sacrificing a whole lot either way you go. Both headphones offer multi-point, they give you the same codecs, including LDAC, and they have similar numbers as far as battery life. If the headphones are completely dead, the XM5 are slightly more impressive when it comes to fast charging. So just 3 minutes will give you roughly 3 hours of use compared to the Altware, which give you about an hour and a half. Now let's go ahead and talk sound. The name of the game when it comes to the Altware is bass. These headphones can give you a normal, balanced type of sound. You have all the usual EQ controls that you get with Sony products, but the person that's really going to appreciate what these offer is the person that loves that hardcore subwoofer type bass. You have two different bass modes, Alt 1 and Alt 2. Alt 1 gives you a significant bass boost. It definitely ramps up the lower frequencies, and then Alt 2 just takes the bass to an entirely new level. And like I said earlier, these have the most bass of any Sony Bluetooth headphones I've ever tested, including their extra bass lineup. So if intense bass isn't really your thing, these might not be for you. Now, for the casual listener, when you're not using the alt modes or the bass boosted modes, the sound is actually very similar to the XM5. However, the XM5 do have the better sound stage, so they sound a bit more open with more room to hear where things are coming from. So for the more advanced listener, the XM5 are probably going to be more your speed. And as far as the bass, The XM5 hold their own very well, especially if you go with the bass boost preset in the Sony app. So if you don't exactly need hardcore bass, but you do enjoy a little low end here and there, the XM5 definitely have you covered. Now the last thing for us to talk about is noise cancellation. You can probably guess the XM5 have the better noise cancellation, but it's not by a huge margin. It's most noticeable with lower frequency sounds. They're able to take the edge off just a little bit more compared to the Altware. But when it comes to higher frequency sounds like human voices, I actually think the two are pretty even. All things considered, if you're looking for the best Bluetooth headphones that Sony has to offer, the XM5 are the way to go, especially if you need something that can work for business and pleasure. Otherwise, if you want something with similar Sony level performance and you happen to prioritize bass, I'd give the Altware a shot. So feel free to check out the links in the description if you're interested. And aside from that, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.